very good evening. The World Health Organization is assisting Niue's health department with their preparedness plans and raising public awareness on the coronavirus. More than 113,000 people are infected globally and 4,000 are dead, according to overseas media reports. Tanuvasa Lene is an official from the Regional World Health Organization office in Suva. She is on the island this week to help the health department with training and public awareness on the coronavirus COVID-19.
We're here to help Niue to prepare for any circumstances when we do get the COVID-19 into Niue. Hopefully we don't, but we're here to make sure we have plans that we put together and everybody knows what they are, including the community, if something happens, if we do get a confirmed case. So that's what we're here for, to support the ministry in putting that preparedness plan together, and also training the staff for infection prevention and control, and also raising awareness with the community.
They started training non-clinical staff yesterday and will begin training of clinical staff later in the week.
The purpose of the training is to raise awareness and build skills of staff. In today's session was for public health, so what we call non-clinicians, people that don't actually touch the patients. So we talked about hand washing, which is important, but also the personal protective equipment, how they protect themselves, how to put it on and how to take them off. We generally talk about how the coronavirus is transmitted between patients and what they do to protect themselves and also to protect their families and communities.
They have also visited the 2 schools as part of their community awareness program.
I know there's a lot of panic, and I just want to stress that a lot on social media, and there's a lot of information. You need to actually check with the Ministry of Health or go to the WHO website. There's a lot of useful information. If there are information out there for treatment, please make sure it is validated, that it comes from the correct source.
Tanuvasa is also encouraging the public to seek information from credible sources. Niue's official dark sky recognition is set to provide a significant economic opportunity for the country, with a growing global interest in astrotourism. Niue has become the world's first whole country recognized as a dark sky place by the International Dark Sky Association. Dark Sky Nation. The title recognizes an area with exceptional quality of starry nights and a commitment to protecting the environment. Such dark sky area designations aim to restrict artificial light pollution so that night skies can be observed and enjoyed to their fullest potential.
From a benefits perspective for the people of Niue, we've already, after 48 hours since the announcement, we've already received huge amount of international exposure through media channels like CNN and Lonely Planet Guide, ABC Australia, and also Radio New Zealand and Radio Pacific. So the attention is now firmly focused on Niue, not just for dark skies, but actually as being seen as a sustainable tourism destination, and also with our large-scale marine protected area, and also our conservation efforts in Huvalu Forest, we're now being recognised as an environmental leader in the Pacific. And those are the 2 things I think that Niueans should be so proud of. We have an island here, a country here, and we can achieve things that nobody else can.
Celebrations were held on Saturday night at the Niue High School Hall to mark the island's milestone achievement. New Zealand couple Richard and Jandy Somerville Ryan researched and wrote Niue's application after having previously carried out a successful bid for Great Barrier Island in New Zealand to become a dark sky sanctuary. Somerville Ryan said the journey to protect the island's pristine night skies began in mid-2018 when they formed a small team with Niue Tourism.
So Liko and Lekepa, because they are in that sanctuary zone, have an opportunity to provide an experience for tourists that is in one of the darkest, most fragile environments in the world. And that will be their point of difference. It doesn't mean to say you can't do tours on the other side of the island, because again, you can see stars everywhere in Niue. So we are working with those villages to develop tourism packages for them, and they will be different in every place. So it's training with telescopes, which Richard does, and training with basic astronomy, which Richard does. And it's helping them to develop their story and a cultural story that visitors to the island will really benefit from and will be prepared to pay for. So they learn a culture, they learn about the night sky, they have interaction with the fabulous people of Niue, and don't underestimate how fabulous the people of Niue are. And it will be a very precious experience for people that visit Niue.
If you look, your average tourist that comes to Niue is a couple very like Jendi and me. And what they are looking for mainly is experiences. You know, they have all the art and glass and knickknacks they ever want in life, but they're looking for experiences. And that's why Niue has so much potential, because an experience you might have in Liku could be related to the skies and the stars with an astronomy background. The one you have in Hakupu might be very different. The one you have in Hikutavaki will be very different. And Niue can make real advantage of saying, what can we give these tourists that adds an experience that they will go home and they will rave about to all of their friends, and the only damage they do is taking a photograph.
80% of the world's people can no longer see the Milky Way due to light pollution in big cities.
There is great potential for Niue to develop this in many different ways. It doesn't necessarily need to be astronomical. It can also be cultural, a cultural tour talking about planting practices by the moon and hunting and fishing by the moon and stories that you have around your stars. So there is great potential for Niue to benefit from it being such a special place that people will travel to see the stars that you take for granted.
Niue Tourism is working with the Chamber of Commerce to provide training on business opportunities.
The potential for all kinds of businesses, from taking photographs, which, you know, anybody who can pick up a camera and come to a couple of classes has got the potential to start a very low-cost business, but it's a very high-value business. People will pay a lot of money for something special. The Dark Sky tours, we've got 4 different tours that we're working with at the moment. They've all got different elements about how they're going to present their businesses. So a person could come here potentially for a week and go every night on a different tour. So what we're trying to do is get more products for Niue tourism that are environmentally friendly and sympathetic, that have minimal impact on culture and our social structure, but have a high economic return. So I suppose the best thing to do is we should be sitting here in a year's time, and then we can measure what the actual benefits have been. But from a marketing perspective, from getting our brand out there, from putting Niue on the world stage, this has been a huge opportunity for us. And we need to make sure that we maximise the benefits that come from this branding.
The Information Technology facility is expected to open for classes mid-year, with registration beginning from the 15th of this month. The Centre for Excellence in Information Technology, based at the Niue USP campus, is a collaboration between the Niue Government, Government of India and USP. 4 certification courses will be offered at the IT Centre, which offers a modern facility, internet connectivity, and online courses.
We provide the certification courses in database management system, in business automation, the computing information technology, advanced Java, web programming, in a different sector. So this is the CIT, in that you can learn how to develop the website, how to develop the application, you can do the programming, and even you can learn the database management system, where you can learn how to manage the database. Like, as you know that right now the data is a property, or the data is like more important than anything. So in that you will learn how to manage the data in the database management system.
If we look at different countries that are out there, a lot of countries are really enhancing their IT skills. Why? Because there are a lot of automation that is happening in and around, which reduces most of the human efforts which are taken to, do a particular work. So yeah, IT is really helpful in that. And I guess if we lean ourselves more towards IT, competing with other countries also becomes one of the decided path if we take. So yeah, that is one of the reasons why I feel IT education should be more imparted.
With most economies going digital, the two emphasize the importance of gaining IT skills.
For example, if we take Google Pay as an app, so what it does, it basically transfers money directly from your bank account to another bank account without even cash in being a part of that. So yeah, that is where you can see how IT has gone and made things easier, like going to a bank, then withdrawing cash, giving it to someone else. So that all those things are not there right now.
Also, it's going to use in medical facility.
Yeah.
There's a lots of medical software or the medical facility to help them to enhance in the medical area. So you can say IT is everywhere. So we need to be very strong on
Yeah,
IT.
we just need to
and
keep
we
our
need
eyes
to-
open
eyes
to see
open.
if that is IT or not. Yeah.
And we need to enhance the IT skill, like the public servant or the government servants, anyone who want to learn the things.
And finally, over 100 women and girls gathered at the scenic Matavai Resort on Saturday morning to mark International Women's Day. Traditionally, the event is an opportunity for women to come together, network and share their stories. The guest speakers this year were Dr. Josie Tamate and Honorable Olive Jacobson, two successful women in their public service careers. The organizers also used the opportunity to hear from WHO Pacific Regional Director Tanuvasa Lene Menime and Griselda Mokoya, Head of Niue Public Health. This was an opportunity for women to hear about coronavirus COVID-19 and what to do to avoid getting it simply by maintaining good hygiene practices. The Women's Network breakfast acknowledged and remembered Lava Siatanga, who was a businesswoman who elevated the value of the kahoa hihi to what it is today. The event was officially opened by the president of the Chamber of Commerce, Sefeti Fatiaki Adriana, who said in his speech that while women enjoy many opportunities in Niue, that is not the same with women in the rest of the Pacific. He said that International Women's Day is also a day where we remember women who are no longer with us today. Remember their contributions to their families, community, and to Niue. And that's your BCN News for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Do join us same time tomorrow. Until then, good evening.